the ancient symbol hidden across every religion. Throughout human history, symbols have played a powerful role in how we understand the world. Long before books were common, knowledge was often preserved through images, shapes, and sacred geometry. These symbols were not simply decorations. To ancient civilizations, they represented deep truths about the universe, consciousness, and the nature of reality itself. And strangely, one pattern appears again and again across cultures separated by thousands of miles and thousands of years. The symbol of the circle. At first glance, the circle seems simple, just a curved line that loops back into itself. But to ancient thinkers, the circle represented something profound. It symbolized wholeness, unity, and infinity, a shape with no beginning and no end. In many traditions, the circle was used to represent the eternal nature of existence. In ancient Hindu philosophy, spiritual diagrams known as mandalas often used circles to represent the structure of the cosmos and the journey toward enlightenment. In Buddhism, the symbol of the wheel became deeply significant. The Dharma chakra represents the path toward awakening and the cycle of existence. In ancient Egypt, circular symbols were used to represent the sun and the divine order of the universe. And in many indigenous traditions around the world, the circle represents the sacred cycle of life, birth, growth, death, and rebirth. Why did so many cultures arrive at the same symbol? Some historians believe it is simply because the circle appears naturally in the world around us. The sun, the moon, the cycles of seasons, the movement of planets. But mystics often believed there was something deeper. To them, the circle reflected a fundamental truth about existence, that reality itself is cyclical. Everything moves in patterns. Day turns into night. Seasons move from winter to spring. Life moves from birth to death, and perhaps beyond. Even modern science has begun to recognize that patterns and cycles are deeply embedded within the structure of the universe. Planetary orbits, energy waves, rhythms in nature. The circle, in its simplicity, became a powerful way for ancient people to express these ideas. But the circle was not always used alone. Sometimes it appeared with a center point, representing the origin of creation. Sometimes it appeared as a wheel, symbolizing motion and transformation. Sometimes it appeared as overlapping circles, representing the connection between different forces within the universe. These patterns were often studied as part of what we now call sacred geometry. Ancient philosophers believed that geometric patterns were not random, but reflected the underlying structure of reality itself. Shapes like circles, triangles, and spirals were believed to hold symbolic meaning about how the universe was organized. To them, geometry was not just mathematics. It was a language of creation, a way of describing the hidden order behind the visible world. Even today, these ancient symbols continue to appear in spiritual traditions, religious art, architecture, and meditation practices. They remind us that long before modern science attempted to understand the universe through equations and measurements, ancient cultures were already exploring the same mysteries through symbolism and philosophy. The circle may seem simple, but for thousands of years, it has served as a reminder of something profound. That existence may not be a straight line moving from beginning to end. Instead, it may be part of a much larger pattern, a continuous cycle, a movement that never truly stops, a shape that, like the circle itself, always returns to where it began.